cut.
So I suppose my sister Dolores is in jail again, huh?
She's been found dead.
It's a strange place to meet.
I figure this way you can't be worried, Sergeant Anderson.
If I could get a part, they'd probably put me in the van like they did the other girls. You could wire me, follow the van.
But what if something goes haywire and suddenly you have to perform?
Get here.
Hi,
Let
Manny.
me take your coat.
Oh, thank you. Wow. Oh, what's this picture about?
Countess. Bettina! Thank God! Be patient, Countess. Another minute and you'll be freed.
That's enough. Bettina, go.
And cut.
Manny, how was it?
Well, I'll tell you how it was. Beautiful. We are gonna print that. That was gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Are you going right into the next shot?
2-3 minutes. Stay close.
I'll be back.
Wilkes, you want to reload? It's gonna be a long take. You better play it safe.
Okay, that makes sense.
Thank you very much. Okay. You are looking real good, Dolores. Real good.
These ropes are pretty tight, Manny.
Realism. Relax, babe. A couple of more shots, we're all finished. Now, you know what I want now, huh?
I think so.
All right. You're gonna open real tight on that gorgeous face. Now we pan over to Bragan. He is gonna fake hitting you. That's when you scream.
You sure he's gonna fake it?
Hey.
I mean it, Manny. He's a freak. He really is. He gets his kicks out of hurting people.
Well, she's right. You remember what happened. You know the last time.
He won't even come close. I guarantee it. You know the boss wouldn't stand for anything like that. Hmm? Okay. Huh? Okay, Bragan, you ready?
I'm ready.
Marcia, you ready?
Yes, I am.
Wilkes,
All set.
is this a team?
Ooh.
Okay. Sound, camera, and action.
Ooh, pulling back.
Oh, there.
You know what? You said a horse pretty good.
Oh, come on.
Oh, I wouldn't exactly hire you for a cattle drive, but
You couldn't afford it. There's not enough money.
you want to race?
Race?
Yeah.
Not on your life.
What about on your horse?
No way, no racing.
Come on. At the end of the road, there's a yellow gate. Tell you what, you beat me there and I'll buy you lunch.
Not for dinners for a month at the Queen's Arms would I race.
Come on, Pepper, you can do anything. Let's go.
Bill!
Let's go. Hey, let's go. Let's go.
You rat. Oh.
See, I told you you could do it.
Next Sunday we go bowling.
You mean I finally found something I can do better than you?
No. Easy. Easy.
Hey, whoa, easy.
I wonder what's spooked you.
I think it's that smell. What is that?
Easy, boy. Easy. You see anything? What is it?
The autopsy report said that she was probably killed, thrown into the bushes 10 days, 2 weeks ago. The doc can't narrow it down any more than that.
What about cause of death? Is it like it thought? Is it due to the beating she took?
Possibly. More likely from the skull fracture.
That's not mine. Give it to McKnight. Any sexual molestation?
Negative. You want to see the x-rays?
I think I'll pass.
Gentlemen?
Hello, Peter.
Well, she's not Jane Doe anymore.
They make her own prints?
Yeah, I just talked with Pepper. Her name is Dolores Rogel or Rogel, R-O-G-E-L-L.
Rogel.
Yeah. Does it mean anything to you?
Nope.
Well, she was busted twice. Once in San Francisco about a year ago for hooking, and about 3 months ago here for narcotics.
Then she must have a local address.
837 South Avery.
Well, let's get moving. I'll get a search warrant.
Yeah. It was in the paper this morning. Terrible thing, terrible. But I figure since it happened, we might as well take advantage of it, right? I mean, we could triple the grosses inside of a week. That's right, sir. So I've been on long distance all morning, called all the theaters where the picture's playing. There's going to be a big new advertising campaign. Why don't you let me surprise you, Mr. Dayton? Trust me, huh? I appreciate that. Oh, and give my best regards to everybody, will you? Lisa must be a big girl by now. Really? The Dean's List? Hey, that's terrific. Well, thank you, sir. Right. Bye-bye. Dayton's granddaughter made the Dean's List. First year in college.
That kid's really gonna be something. This Aurelia doesn't look too good.
A little pruning. Liquid fertilizer help it. Poor Dolores. Could have made a lot of profitable pictures together. Well, I guess it's time to find a replacement. Go tell Manny, huh?
What about that other girl? Marcia, that her name?
No, she's not right. Wait a minute. You better find her, too. She's a friend of Dolores's. Find her fast.
Will do.
She probably read the papers, got all shook up. Get all shook up, you got to talk to somebody about it, right?
Yes, sir. I understand just what you mean.
No question at all, she skipped. A lot of people skip around here. It's not like it used to be. You know, her rent came due 3 days ago. I've been ringing her doorbell ever since. You see?
Open up.
Could I see that search warrant again?
I don't blame him. But you can trust me, it's good.
Okay.
Thank you. We'll lock up.
You better. People would steal everything out of here.
I know the type. Let's take the kitchen.
Look at this. Uppers, downers, you name it. Got a regular little warehouse here, Pete. Little syringe, little needle. Here's a spoon. Hey, what the hell do you think?
Police!
I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm sorry.
Who'd you think we were?
The guys have been hanging around with my sister. The guys that got her into that movie.
Dolores Rogel's brother?
That's right, Matt.
Show me.
Matt Rogel.
So I suppose my sister Dolores is in jail again, huh?
Afraid not. She's been found dead.
We found her body yesterday. We think she was murdered.
You gonna be all right?
Yeah, I'll be all right.
Now, about that movie.
What?
You mentioned something about a movie.
Hardcore stuff, you know. Sadomasochistic film. It's been shown all around town. Tonight, Josephine.
Weird movie, huh?
Wow. Killing her just to make a movie, man.
Hey, it's just a shock.
Well, they couldn't say it if it wasn't true. I mean, they got laws.
Yeah, maybe.
That one looks like he enjoyed it.
Sure.
Police today identified as Dolores Regal, 24, the woman whose flogged body was found yesterday.
It's really something, isn't she?
Oh, gorgeous.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
$5. You get your student ID card?
Pay the lady.
2 adults, please. You know what this means. You have to buy your own dinner. How's the picture? All things considered.
Cease fire.
He wasn't quite gone with the wind.
So she wasn't killed as part of the movie then, huh?
Not a chance. They accomplished all that with makeup or special effects, whatever it is they use. No, it had to have happened after the movie was finished. I figure there's 2 possibilities. Either she was killed by an outsider, somebody in her personal life, a stranger, whatever.
Or just somebody who saw the movie.
Well, that could be. Picture'd been out a little more than a month. Somebody could have seen it early on and gotten inspired.
Really?
In this case, life imitating art.
Ease them off, Billy.
The other possibility, somebody connected with the movie killed her.
I hope so.
Why is that?
Well, if somebody connected with a movie killed her, at least we got a list of names to work with. If it was an outsider, man, we got nothing at all to go
Ready
on.
on the firing line.
Oh, Pepper. I thought this was going to be a lunch date.
It is. Oh, no coffee for me, thank you.
You're serious? You want me to file a petition and go in front of a judge?
That's what deputy city attorneys are for.
No, that's not what we're for, Pepper. Not if we want to keep our jobs. Not if we don't want to get laughed out of court.
Ben, come on.
All right, you be the city attorney. Go ahead. Make your case. Tell the court why you think this picture should be banned.
This picture, it's an instruction manual in sadism. Any number of people could look at it.
They might get ideas.
Right.
Granted. Your Honor, if we follow that line of reasoning, we would have to ban Hamlet, because some lunatic might try to feed poison to his mother.
Ben, tonight Josephine is not Hamlet.
Your Honor, I submit that this film, it might be shoddy, sadistic, degrading. It might be all of these things and worse. But it can be likened to Hamlet in one very vital respect. Legally, on the basis of higher court decisions, it is protected by the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America under the right of free speech. And the defense rests.
That's how it'd be, huh?
You knew that all along, Pepper.
Damn.
Is this still taken during production?
Yes, it was.
Where did you shoot the film, Mr. Ziegler?
In the studio mostly, except for the exteriors. That's the outside stuff.
I know. Now, tell me about the cast.
Well, there's mainly 3 parts. It was Dolores, Miss Rogel, Bregan, and Marcia Gilmore.
Who was in the crew besides the sound man?
Wilkes,
Yeah.
you got it.
That's all?
Yeah. Well, you know, Bregan used to help out sometimes. Everybody did a little bit of everything. Not exactly a Sam Goldwyn, you know what I mean?
You could have fooled me, Mr. Ziegler. Do you ever see the people you work with on a personal basis?
I didn't mix with any of them.
None of them, Mr. Wilkes?
Filth. They were all filth.
Including Miss Rogel.
I would be surprised if she were the worst of them all. I understand she was a prostitute.
Wow. Man, that's really heavy. I know what you mean. So she got what she deserved, right?
Oh, look, Mr. Royster, I just stayed away from her. The only time I ever saw her was on set.
Who financed this picture?
I did.
You put up all the money? I don't mean any offense, Mr. Ziegler, but we checked up on you, and you're not all that loaded.
Oh, well, I borrowed some from some friends.
Oh, you borrowed?
Now, hold on, Sergeant. My client came to this place willingly, but that doesn't mean
What about
that
Mr. Earlier? Now, he comes pretty high. Did you borrow enough to pay him, too?
There's no law against a man having a prominent attorney. And that being the case, it's no concern of yours how he acquired counsel, Sergeant. Well, my client will tell you everything he knows about Miss Rogel, but he won't answer questions about anything else. Is that clear?
Uh-huh. Still doesn't answer the question I ask you. Did you and Dolores Rogel go together?
No. And I'm sure the others will confirm that. Like they say, Miss Rogel wasn't quite to my taste.
People have been known to kill people who weren't quite to their taste.
Yeah?
Just an observation, Mr. Bregan.
Officer Styles, isn't it?
Investigator Styles.
Whatever. Styles. I'm a sadist. On camera. Off camera, I'm not. If you think you can prove otherwise, you just go ahead and try.
Did you have a personal relationship with Miss Rogel?
Are you kidding? That bimbo? She slept with half the guys in town. I wouldn't touch her.
Well, I got to tell you, Mr. Ziegler, that's not the story that we got. You did have a personal relationship with her, didn't you?
Can you imagine that? That was a tramp there, you know. That was a bum. I didn't care. I wanted to marry her. She turned me down cold.
That upset you a lot?
Yeah.
Imagine a good-looking chick like this. Hops into bed with every guy in town, yet when it comes to you, she turns you down. Did it make you angry, Mr. Ziegler?
If you're asking me, did it make me angry enough to want to kill her? No. Look, Sergeant, you can make a couple of bucks making porno movies for the freaks. Somebody's gonna get the money, I might as well get it. That don't mean I'm a freak.
Miss Gilmore, it's a strange place to meet.
I figure this way you can't be wired, Sergeant Anderson.
Oh. Well, I have to be honest with you. Whatever I learned today goes on my reports.
You want to know what I know about Dolores?
Yes.
Well, she was my best friend. As soon as the picture was over, we were going to quit, leave town, and start all over again someplace else. And after we finished shooting, I kept trying to reach her. I didn't think she'd leave without me. And then I read about it in the papers.
Marcia, do you know who killed her?
Chuck Bregan. You know, the co-star. I'm almost positive. He threatened her a couple of times. He threatened me, too. I mean, he was a real sickie.
How many pictures did you make with Bregan?
Tonight, Josephine was the third.
How come you and Dolores kept on working with him?
I guess in this business you can't be too choosy. I mean, it was Bregan. It had to be. It wasn't anybody else. Believe me, I've thought about it. Manny, Wilkes, Tony.
Tony? Now, who's Tony?
He's the backer. I don't know his last name. He runs the whole show.
He was there when you made the pictures?
Most of it was shot in his house.
Well, where's that?
I don't know. Out in the country someplace. Everybody was taken out and back by Tony's gopher in a big red van with no windows in the front and the back, so we didn't know where we were. The more I think about it, the more I'm sure Bregan is the one who killed Dolores.
That's the way I see it. It couldn't have been anybody else. You're the one who wasted the girl, right?
Tony, it's not true. The police, they had me on the grill for what? More than an hour.
Did you tell them that?
They made me account for every second. For 2 weeks. Listen to me. I was out of town for 10 days. I can prove it. The rest of the time, if you want, I can give you the places I went, the people I was with. I don't think I was alone for 10 minutes.
Tony, he might be telling the truth.
You really believe that?
Oh, it could be. Maybe we ought to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Okay. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for now. Take him back.
Let's go.
Are you still gonna use me? In the next picture?
Sure. That's business.
Hey, Bill.
Hey, it's cool out here.
Yeah.
Who found the body?
These kids hiking found the body. They notified the sheriff's office right after we sent out our APB.
You sure it's him?
Take a look.
That's him. Thank you.
When they found the body, he had a gun in his hand, and this was in his pocket.
I've lived with her for a long time, and I can't go on anymore. May God have mercy on my soul. I killed Dolores Rogel. I was with her, was drunk, went crazy, and then she was dead. Signed Charles Bregan.
I don't think Bregan killed himself or the girl.
Then you're saying?
What I'm saying is, his alibis check out, we know that, but his suicide letter doesn't sound anything like the Bregan Marcia told me about. Joe, you questioned him.
Yeah, I don't think he'd have felt guilty if he OD'd his own mother.
There's no car in the vicinity. Pete, how do you think the guy got out there?
Maybe he bummed a ride.
Yeah, but why bother? If a guy's gonna shoot himself, why didn't he just do it in his own apartment?
Anybody could have typed the letter and forged his signature.
Well, we got 2 people dead. What now, my love?
Hunting down the man behind the scenes.
Yep, Tony, whatever his name is.
I want you guys to look at something. This is where we found Bregan. This is where we found Dolores Rogel. That's pretty close. That's a remote area. There may be 200 houses scattered over 15 square miles. One of those houses could be where they shot that movie, where this Tony lives.
So what do you want us to do, Bill? Check every house?
Well, we could start with a utility check, take it street by street.
It'll take about a week.
Well, we gotta start somewhere.
What about the ad, Bill?
Forget it.
What ad?
We've already been through that.
Actresses wanted for provocative films. Contact Manny Ziegler Productions.
I always wanted to be a star.
Believe me, kid, this ain't the way you do it.
I hear they don't use many close-ups.
I said forget it.
Oh, come on, Bill. Give the kid a break. I always wanted to know a celebrity. Besides, we do have to get a line on this guy, Tony.
Don't you people understand the word no?
No. Now, Pete's right. Now, listen. If I could get a part, they'd probably put me in the van like they did the other girls. You could wire me, follow the van, and we'd get a fix on Tony.
Pepper, that sounds terrific. But what if something goes haywire and suddenly you have to perform?
I'd think of something. No, don't worry. You just keep your fingers crossed.
Okay, but you better cross more than your fingers. wonder how long these interviews are supposed to last.
Who knows?
Depends on how much he has to take off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, how do I rate compared to her?
I'd call it straight A.
Oh, you're kidding.
Would you mind reading those 2 lines at the top? You're Diana.
Oh. What's my, I don't remember what you call it.
Motivation?
What's my motivation?
Well, this guy is advancing on you see. He's got this thing for your body. Go with it.
Don't touch me. Please, please, get back.
Oh, is that nice? Is that nice?
That's my only line.
Well, you see, if you get the part in the picture, any part at all, you will not be speaking that much.
Oh.
Now, tell me,
Ginger.
Ginger, of course. What was your last job?
You know Johnny K's downtown?
The topless joint.
Well, I danced a little.
What time was it when she went in there?
4 o'clock.
It's 10 to 5.
Yeah, the longer she stays in there, the better chance you'll have of making a connection.
That's beautiful. Okay, now tilt up that luscious chin. Oh! Oh, good. Oh, yes. You know, of course, if you get the part in the picture, you won't have to wear all of that cumbersome clothing.
Yeah, I know. I saw the ad.
I wonder what would happen if I untied those bows.
I turn into a butterfly.
That I would like to see.
Costs you $100 when I take off my clothes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Why be so glum? Give me a little smile there. Yeah.
I don't understand you taking all these pictures. You're looking right at me.
Well, see, I got an associate. He's got casting approval.
Oh. What's his name?
What's his name? Throw back those shoulders for Daddy. Ah!
I'm gonna give her 5 more minutes. I'm gonna find some reason to go in there.
So, this is where we'll do some of the interiors.
Oh, not all of them, huh?
Mostly somewhere else. Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd say you got about a 90% chance. Maybe better.
Oh.
Maybe better.
Good.
I'll call you, huh, Ginger?
Thank you, Mr. Ziegler. Thank you very much. Manny.
That door will take you on.
I'll cross my fingers.
It's after 5. Go home.
Here she comes. That's it. Looks like Peppers and Showbiz.
Hold it.
Who was that?
Mr. Dolores Rogel's brother.
You're kidding. What's he doing here?
Looks like he's playing detective.
He was pretty hot about his sister, I know that.
Didn't you tell him to lay off?
We did.
Guess it didn't register.
Maybe we can make it register.
Uh-oh, he's on us. He's pulling out.
Hold the Billy's gonna make a right on us.
I'll take him from the left.
Got him covered from my side, Bill.
Come on, get him. Hold it, man. Hey, what do you guys want? What are you chasing me for? What are you running for? I don't know who you were.
What are you doing coming out of Ziegler's?
I got myself a job.
Doing what?
Construction.
Why the devil are you working for Ziegler?
To get some information about what happened. Oh, look, I think I got a pretty good motive, wouldn't you say?
So do we. We get paid for it.
Yeah, except that you're not making an awful lot of progress, are you? What would you do if you got the information? Play the avenging angel?
Now, wait a minute. Let me tell you something, Mr. Rogel. We're doing everything that we can. Now, I sympathize with your motives. We got the same goals. Only we got a little more experience than you got, and we don't want you getting in our way. You understand that? Are you getting my message?
Yeah, I'll think about it. Now, is it okay if I go?
Yeah, you can go now.
Don't pull another trick like that either.
Oh, yes, this is Ginger Holloway. Any messages? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Hey, Ginger, how about dropping this off at the Knight's office? Answering service again?
Yeah, Ziegler should have phoned by now.
Well, don't sweat it. He will.
Oh, what makes you so sure? Pete, you want some coffee?
No cream.
Because you're so sexy and beautiful, and besides, they've checked out your references.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
What, that you're sexy and beautiful? Did I ever tell you?
Once.
Miss Gilmore. You told me to watch out for strangers. Well, a man came in. He's been hanging around upstairs.
Is that for me?
Just came in from NYPD.
Artist sketch and accompanying info suggest subject probably Anthony Leniver, formerly associated with Zach Dayton, identified syndicate figure out of New York. Leniver not seen here last 4 months, rumored to be on the coast. Involved in porno film operation. Photos and other data to come.
Well, I guess we know who Tony is.
And we know that the syndicate is behind it.
Considering the size of the ticket, I've been surprised if they weren't.
I'm gonna go by the apartment, check the mailbox for any messages.
How is the place?
It's got mice.
Oh, tell Parks, maybe we'll get a break on the rent.
Sergeant Anderson.
This is Marcia Gilmore. They found out where I'm staying.
Who did?
Lynch. He works for Tony. He chased me. I've got to see you. I have no money. There's no one else I can trust.
Where are you now, Marcia?
Your gas station on the corner of 4th and Paul.
All right. There's a restaurant on Palm, just about a block south of there, the Blue Moon. Now, you wait for me. I have one stop to make, but I'll be there in about 30 minutes, so you wait. Hello, Mrs. Reinecke. How are you today?
I'm just fine. How are you?
Fine. Any phone messages for me?
No, there weren't.
All right. Thank you very much.
Miss Holloway, good afternoon.
I recognized you from your pictures.
Oh, you're from,
Ziegler Productions. And congratulations, you've just about got a job.
Just about.
All you need's a screen test.
A screen test?
Well, we don't normally give them, but we're talking about the female lead.
Oh, I see.
And the budget's going to be very high for this type of film. So the backer, he doesn't want to take any chances. You can appreciate that.
Oh, sure. Uh-huh. Well, when do they want to test me?
Tonight. As a matter of fact, right away.
Now?
They're waiting for us.
I see. Well, if you don't mind, it'll only take me a minute to go upstairs and freshen up.
I'm sorry. We don't have a minute. We're late as it is, and it's a pretty long drive.
Oh, well, I had a date. I'll just call and...
No phone calls till after the test. We better get started.
Sergeant Crowley.
This is Marcia Gilmore, Sergeant Anderson's friend.
Yes, Miss Gilmore.
I'm really getting worried. She was supposed to meet me here and she hasn't shown.
Where are you now?
At the Blue Moon restaurant on the corner of Palm near 4th.
What time was she supposed to meet you?
At 4 o'clock. And it's already after 7.
Okay, thanks very much. We'll check it out. Okay, good, Joe. We're moving.
Hey, Ginger, we thought you'd never get here.
Hi,
Let
Manny.
me take your coat.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
I hope you didn't mind having to ride in the back of the van that way.
Oh, not at all. I understand those things.
Come here. Tony, may I present Miss Ginger Holloway, this time in the flesh.
Very, very nice flesh indeed, Miss Holloway.
You may call me Ginger.
Ginger. I look forward to a long and very profitable relationship. I expect you to make it very big.
Well, I only hope...
You hope what?
I only hope I'm around longer than your last actress.
You read about Dolores.
Yes.
She is going around with a very sick man, Ginger. Very sick. He killed her and then killed himself. I'm sure you read about that, too.
Mm-hmm.
So, all you have to do is stay away from sick people.
Something about a screen test. Does that make any sense to you?
And she went with him?
Not right away. She said she wanted to make a phone call, but he said she couldn't, that they were late already. Listen, I don't eavesdrop on my tenants, you know. I just happen to be standing right there.
You did very well.
What's the messages, descriptions again?
Well, he was very tall, about 6 feet.
Yeah, Northwest Division, please.
How much do you weigh?
Oh, about
Yeah, this is
180
Sergeant Crowley.
pounds.
Who's the watch commander? Put him on.
Sandy.
It's urgent.
Like
Short kind of.
short hair, yeah.
Come on,
And
come
he
on.
had a little mustache.
Fred, this is Bill
Just a
Crowley.
mustache, very
Listen, I
thin
haven't had a chance to
mustache.
clear this, but I want you to do something for me.
Any other patients?
I want you to spring every black and white you can
His
spare.
nose was- he had like
A house-to-house search.
Now, see, if this works out, it'll be more than just a test. It'll wind up in a picture.
Oh, what's this picture about?
Roman orgies. Over here, see, they're celebrating the Feast of Venus here in Forum.
Oh,
See? They got this Vestal Virgin. They're sacrificing her at the altar.
I'm the Vestal Virgin.
The head Vestal Virgin, right. Now, don't worry about the lines. There's only one of them. I'll tell you when to say it. Main thing is to keep your eyes on me. I'm going to be giving you directions and look sexy at all times. Which should be pretty easy for you. All right, come on.
Thank you, man.
Down the hall here, at the end, you'll find a door. Go in there. On the bed is your costume. You wear clothes. First part of the scene.
Oh, I'm going to need my makeup.
Oh, no. I like you just the way you are. Go. Okay, girls, any minute now. Hang loose. Ginger, where are you? What's holding you up?
Oh, nothing, Manny. I'm doing the best I can. I'll hurry.
(17856), 12Y50. We've covered the area west of Canyon Road on Luck.
Roger, 56. Check south of Pass Road. We'll take Highway 17 to the end of Canyon Road.
Roger.
Look, we got nothing to worry about.
For sure. Pepper played cool.
The question is, are the others going to play it?
Ginger, what's keeping you?
I have to comb my hair. It got all mussed up putting on the costume.
Okay, snap it up, sweetheart.
What do you see?
Oh, it's nothing.
Look, you were looking at something.
What the hell is keeping her?
Fixing her hair. You know these dames.
Blanche.
Maybe she's a snitch.
Or maybe she's a cop. Okay, everybody. That's it. No test tonight.
Hey, what do you mean?
Thanks anyway, girls.
Hey, Tony.
Maybe tomorrow I'll let you know.
Just because she's a little slow, I could talk to her.
Man,
You
I
know,
want to take everybody back in the van. Now.
Here's the keys.
I don't know how to get back. I don't know where we are here.
Out to the highway, hook a left, you'll make it.
Oh, anything you say. I'll get Ginger.
Don't worry about Ginger. I'll drive her home myself.
Everything west of Liberty Road is clear. There's a colony near the lake. We're going to check that out now.
Roger.
Manny, explain everything. Now get going. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but all we need now is a bunch of witnesses.
So maybe nothing ought to happen.
How's that?
So maybe she's a cop. So maybe they know where you are. Tony, the police can't do a thing. You know that.
I'm not worried about the police. Dayton's not supposed to be in the porno business. He was warned about that. Word gets out he's trying to cut himself in. There's going to be a war, a hell of a war. And guess who's going to be the first victim? There she is. Move!
How far is it to 17?
Should be about any minute now.
I think I'll turn left and it's close.
That's it. That's the van, the red van.
Why, where is she? Tell me. 2 miles down the road. First house on the left-hand side. Look, I didn't do nothing.
Sergeant Crowley, please.
He's not here.
All right, this is Sergeant Pepper Anderson. I need help. I don't know where I am, but the number is...
Put it down.
Put it down.
Now what happens? The same thing that happened to the others?
I never wanted to kill anybody. Can you believe that? Dolores wanted to quit. I wouldn't let her. She was too valuable. She threatened to blow the whistle. I hit her. She fell. It was an accident. I made it look like it wasn't. So you know why we had to kill Bragan. And now you... I'm sorry.
Don't shoot, Bill!
Put the gun down.
No!
Put it down.
I'm not finished with this scum yet.
You're finished. Put it down.
Give it to me.
Give her the gun.
Give it to her.
Okay, get down the feet.
Put your hands up.
Get your hands on top of your head.
Come on. He'll be okay. We'll get an ambulance.
Come on over here with me.
What's gonna happen to him?
So this guy? We'll turn it over to the DA so he goes to...
Bill, he saved my life.
Well, that kind of answers your question, doesn't it? What do you want to eat?
I was thinking of the Blue Moon.
Why would anybody think of the Blue Moon? You and I cook better than that. The food's lousy.
Yeah, well, there's someone there I want to see. Marcia Gilmore, she's the new hostess.
You're kidding, huh? Oh, I see. You set that up, huh?
Well, I've been eating there so long, I figure they owe me something.
You think she'll hang in there, or you think she'll end up back out on the streets?
Oh, my bet is she'll make it.
What do you got the door locked for? Hey, little cutie. You have a swell day, partner. It's been nice making your acquaintance.
Beaten, raped, and asphyxiated by exhaust fumes from an automobile.
She didn't quite make it to 21.
Go ahead, make a move, you're a dead man.
Just tell us about the afternoon.
You're trying to humbug me on a murder rap.
Well, you can start by telling me what the two of you do when you're alone together.
You having a little trouble, Kitty?
Just sort of zonked out on me. But that's okay. A friend of mine's due along here any minute now.
Oh, yeah? What's his name? Red Ryder?
No, really. We were down at the beach together all day.
You sure? I can tell. By the color of your suntan.
You all right?
No, I need your help.
Hop in.
Hey, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, Dad, picking up a little bimbo like that. Hey, what's the matter with you? Can't you hear me in there? What do you got the door locked for? Hey, little cutie, look at me. My name's Red Ryder.
KSJ 8639er, Mobile 1 to any react station.
You have a swell day, partner. It's been nice making your acquaintance.
Thank God. I mean it. Not one person in 100 would have stopped, let alone stood up to those guys.
Well, maybe it's something personal. Just so happens I have a daughter of my own nearly your age. Jennifer.
Oh, yeah? Where did she go to school?
Well, she's not with me. I mean, not at the moment. She's in Europe with her mother.
Oh, lucky. I was saving to go to England this summer. Instead, I bought that stupid car.
Actually, her mother and I are separated. Legally separated. I haven't seen Jennifer in nearly a year.
That'd kill my dad. Sun rises and sets on me as far as he's concerned. Hey, this is the wrong way. The gas station's back there.
Then why are you hitchhiking?
What?
If your father cares about you that much, you have no right to place yourself in a position of such vulnerability.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I think you do.
Please, I want to go back.
Actually, from now on, the more you learn to trust me, the better off you'll be.
Look, I wasn't hitchhiking. I don't know why you said that. My car broke down.
Keep talking.
Why?
Well, say anything. Anything that comes into your mind. Anything at all.
Please. Please don't hurt me.
I won't. I promise.
Provided you talk to me. Provided you just close your eyes and tell me everything that comes into your mind. That's better. Why don't you just lean back, you know? Just lean back against the seat. You can trust me. That's good. Just relax. No. Keep your eyes closed. Keep them closed. That's good. That's good.
And what do you think that accomplished?
Nothing.
Well, then why make a fool of yourself?
Why not? Sure, Pete.
Beaten, raped, and asphyxiated by exhaust fumes from an automobile.
You know that makes victim number 4.
Well, this one seems a little bit different than the other ones. Doesn't look like she was hitchhiking. CHP found an abandoned Pinto down the road with a busted fuel pump. This was found in the front seat in a purse.
Now, either that's her or a twin sister.
Nancy J. Wallace, 3951 Mariposa. Born 12/4/56. She didn't quite make it to 21.
Okay.
Anything in the way of physical evidence?
There's a lot of tire tracks, a lot of cigarette butts, and other things people use to mess up an area. Looks like a local's lover's lane to me.
In other words, we got nothing, right?
Not yet.
Well, you know why I blew the horn.
Why don't you just lean back, you know, just lean back against the seat. Come on, you can trust me. That's good. Just relax. No. Keep your eyes closed. Keep them closed. That's good. That's good.
Excuse me. Is that the tape you want me to transcribe?
Oh, no, it's this one. And make copies for Lund, Burnbank, Naughton, and one for my brother, too. And if you're not too busy, I'd like it to go out tonight.
Very well, Mr. Mills. It'll be on the telex in an hour.
Gas chamber on 4-wheel?
Come on, Juan. Now, how would you work it? What would you do? Just hook up a hose here to the exhaust pipe or what?
No, not a hose. A pipe. And I'd weld it right here behind the muffler. Then I'd drill the hole and put the other end right up into the trunk.
Wait a minute. Wouldn't you need a valve or something to keep the fumes from leaking into the car?
That's no big deal. What's your pleasure? Manual or remote control? Personally, I think it's a stupid theory.
Oh, yeah?
Why would he go to so much trouble when all he has to do is lock them in his garage, leave the engine running, and adios?
I'm talking about a maniac, and you're asking me for a reason. You gotta take a rest, Juan. You're working too hard.
Come on in, I got a copy of my...
Bill, stop it. Over here, man. Bill, come over here.
Come here. Come on. This is Mrs. Powell.
Mrs. Powell, this is Sergeant Anderson and Sergeant Crowley.
Mrs. Powell?
I think we have something here with Mrs. Powell. She was driving down to the beach yesterday.
Visit her daughter.
See, her daughter works for this family down on Sunrise Beach.
And she saw Nancy Wallace's Pinto.
Can you slow it down just a little bit?
She saw Nancy Wallace's Pinto while Nancy Wallace was still standing there.
Did you?
Yes, with the hood up. Like you see on the freeway sometimes when there's car trouble. She was talking to these two kids, boys. I knew right away something was wrong.
Yeah, go ahead, Mrs. Powell.
Well, when I saw about the murder on the 11 o'clock news, I picked up the phone and called my daughter. She said I had a duty to come in and see the police.
Can you tell us anything about the boys?
Yes. They didn't seem like they belonged with that girl. It's a feeling you get, don't you know? Kind of, just from looking.
Can you give us a description?
Just a couple of scrubby-looking, no-good kids.
Mrs. Powell, what about the camper?
What camp?
It was parked right behind that little girl's car. It was a kind of a faded light yellow.
With out-of-state plates from Arizona.
You sure about the plates?
Well, I know what they look like.
And Mrs. Powell knows the last 3 numbers.
642.
Mrs. Powell, you're beautiful.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Mills. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to startle you.
Well, I just needed some of this. I'm mailing cartons to my daughter in Europe.
Well, that stuff will hold anything. That's for sure. So, Jennifer is still over there, still in Europe.
Yes.
Well, good night, sir. Probably see you in the morning.
Hi, going over the hill?
Yeah, here, get in.
You wouldn't be going any place near the strip, would you?
I can, yeah.
Mind if I turn on the radio?
That's what you said.
Oh, you got one too, huh? That's a big deal now. Everybody's buying CBs like they're going out of style. Who do you talk to anyway?
Just people around the city.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Everybody. And a good evening to you all. Duh.
Yeah, well, it's not quite as dumb as hitchhiking.
Oh, that's a matter of opinion.
Oh, yeah? You ever listen to the news? Huh? When's the last time you listened to the news? You know that in the last 2 months in this city, 4 girls have been murdered? Raped and murdered right here in the city. Did you know that?
So what are you telling me that for?
The last time that one of them was seen alive was on the very corner where you just got picked up. I mean, does that scare you a little bit, where I just picked you up? The last time they saw one girl there, she was alive. That's the last time they saw her alive. Right
You
there.
better stop this
Her name was
car.
Rose Farrell. They took her out, they beat her, they raped her, and they murdered her.
I said stop this car!
Honey, get your hands.
Stop it! Stop it!
Close the door, will you?
Stop it!
Hey, I'm a police officer.
Let me go!
Sit there and shut up. Now, look at that. That's my identification. Look at that. That's my badge. You see that? I'm a cop.
What is this anyway?
Lucky for you, it's only a warning. Let me show you something. You don't seem to know what's going on in the world. Look at this. That's the Rose Farrell I was just telling you about. Here, that's Cynthia Feldman. That's Doris Unger. That's Nancy Wallace. Look at them. Each one of them was picked up, beaten, raped, and murdered. You hear that? Raped and murdered. Now, look, I didn't mean to come on so strong with you. Just that... Well, I saw you standing back on that corner. I just hate to see the same thing happen to you. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Okay? How are you, for your sake? When you got someplace to go, why don't you take the bus?
What do you think you're gonna do? Educate the whole world by swooping down out of the night, giving off-the-cuff scare lectures?
Every little bit helps.
Well, sometimes. But I'll make you a bet. The girl you picked up will be back on the street tomorrow with her hips out and her thumb up.
Maybe I should have handled it a little smarter.
Maybe you shouldn't have handled it at all. You broke every rule in the book. You're not allowed to pick up a hitchhiker. And why, Bill? You know you can't tell anybody anything. Fantasy time. Nothing like murder or rape is ever going to happen to them in a zillion years. Hello. Oh, hi. Where else would he be when he wants a pastrami and beer? Investigator Styles.
Yeah, Joe.
Just got a call from Arizona Highway Patrol. 3 hits. 2 have perfect alibis. But the third sounds interesting.
Yeah?
A yellow 75 camper, license number Adam Henry John, 642. And it's registered to, male, Caucasian, 21 years old, name of Wesley K. Jackson. It seems as though he and his buddy Philip Thatcher just beat an assault beef, which resulted from trying to molest a college girl in a state park on the Colorado River. How does that grab you?
Right where I live, buddy.
3 days after they were released, they stuck up a gas station in Flagstaff, and nobody's seen either of them since.
Joe, get an APB out right away, okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna be here for a while, then I'm going home.
The yellow camper.
Cross your fingers, kid. I think we got him.
Good morning, Bill.
Yeah.
Bill, where's Pepper?
Dropped her off at the academy. She's doing that lecture bit again.
Yeah, well, that's too bad, because we just got a strike on the 2 guys from Arizona.
This local news guy picked up on our APB.
You know the guy that does the funny interviews? Well, it seems though he spotted our boys coming out of a liquor store. We followed them all the way home.
Hi, I'm David Fish.
Yeah, Sergeant Crow. Thanks for the tip.
Oh, don't thank me, Sarge. This is going to be tonight's feature story.
Where are they now?
In there. Kind of fits the way they look.
Are they alone?
They were alone when they went in. I don't know if anyone else is inside. In any case, they're probably all smashed out of their mind. They were carrying enough beer to sink a ship.
Pete, you take them back.
Listen, Sarge, I've got a cameraman on the way. You can wait a couple of minutes, could you? This is Mobile 2. We're the Devil's Colonies.
Before he blows it.
Please, hold! Right there, hold! All right, drop it. Stand up. Drop it! Stand up. Turn around. Turn around.
Go ahead, make a move and you're a dead man.
Now spread him on the wall. Spread him.
Let's go.
Police! Hold it! Kid, get out of the way! Get out of the way, kid! Get away, little kid! Get away! Get a girl! Hold it by his back! Get away! All right, let her go. I'm telling you, let her go. Yeah, come on. Let her go.
Well, you got your choice. Him or us.
Turn around.
Okay. If you don't want to discuss the gas station in Flagstaff, that's fine. That's between you and the state of Arizona. What we really want to talk about is what you were doing right here in California last Sunday afternoon.
Sunday?
That's right, Sunday. 1, 2, 3 days ago. That shouldn't be too tough for you, should it?
Well, I never have had much of a brain, people. Let's see. Sunday? Yeah, I guess I should be able to handle that.
Just tell us about the afternoon, from 4 o'clock on.
Well, we took a spin out to the beach, you know, and ate some greasy spoon, you know, out at Sunrise Beach.
Yeah, well, not so fast. Let's go back to what happened even before you got there. What happened along the canyon road?
Well, let me see. I guess the only thing special is we went through a couple of tunnels.
There's only one tunnel on that road.
Well, now, you see, I told you I never had a very good memory.
All right, how about I save us all a lot of time? An eyewitness said that he saw you and Jackson pull up next to a stalled Pinto.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Red Ryder's girlfriend.
Who?
The chick with the suntan. Sure, we stopped. We stopped to give her a hand. She was over by the side of the road having herself some engine trouble. Hey, wait a minute. Did she file a complaint against us or something?
That girl in the Pinto, Thatcher's dead. You understand that? She was raped and murdered 30 minutes after you were seen talking to her.
I know what you're doing. You're trying to humbug me on a murder rap because I'm a poor boy from out of state. Well, if I ever talk to you again, it won't be alone. I'm gonna get myself a lawyer who's smart enough to shove you right back on your ear.
Larry, you want to escort this little gentleman back to his suite? Make sure he's afforded all of his constitutional privileges.
Hey, easy on the bicep, man, huh?
Hey, I gotta get back to the academy. I'm late for my 2 o'clock.
You're becoming a permanent fixture over there, aren't you?
Just till Friday. Call me if anything breaks, okay?
Oh, you can count on it. Make yourself comfortable.
Thank you.
Well, I can see you two can hardly wait to bring me up to date.
Well, Billy, it's called legal aid. One of the many little delays that have a way of slowing down the wheels of justice.
Yeah, well, I tell you something, guys. I don't think they did it.
You don't think they did it?
Why is that?
Gut reaction?
Gut reaction, huh?
I think you're the first human lie detector.
What's your reaction?
Well, criminal conspiracy. Investigator Pete Royster speaking. Yes, he's here, as a matter of fact. Phoenix, Arizona.
This is Sergeant Crowley. Yes, Captain. I see. I see. You sure about that? Okay, thanks very much. We appreciate the follow-up. Yeah, if anything breaks here, we'll keep you posted. Yeah. You were right, Pete.
Gut reaction.
Yep, you were right, all right. I guess I am a human lie detector. Jackson and Thatcher were in Bisbee, Arizona during the time of the first 3 murders. So that takes care of that. What's the verdict?
He could use a new muffler, but nobody's messed around with any pipes in the ear.
Well, that means A, they got an alibi. And B, we got not one shred of physical evidence.
Hell, I never bought that routine about the trunk anyway.
Yeah, I got that impression.
Hey, Bill. Mr. Wesley Jackson requests your presence in his private room.
This is quite a place. He asked for room service, and look who they sent.
All right, what do you got?
Listen, I've been thinking. Suppose I was to do you a favor here in California. Maybe you could help me out when I get back home? Quid pro quo, as they say.
You got something valid. I'll see what I can do.
Well, how's this sound? I think I know who killed that girl.
Who?
Me and Thatch was talking to her. We were just kidding around. Some dude drives up in a big set of wheels. Cutie Pie takes one look and runs over and hops right into the front seat right next to him.
Why? Because she knew him?
I don't think so. I guess she was well, she just wasn't used to our country brand of humor.
She went to him for protection.
Just like he was daddy.
Can you remember what he looked like?
At that point, when I had so much beer in me. He could have been from Mars. But I do remember that car. Well, I'll bet you there aren't more than a dozen of them in this whole city.
Are you going anywhere near Victory Boulevard?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I live near there. Hop in.
Grace, I want to ride. Come on.
Oh, thanks anyway. My friends just drove up. All right, how you doing?
I'm sorry. I really hate to disappoint you, but I can only help with cars before they've been sold. Now, if that's what you're looking for, why, it'd be duck soup to make a computer run. In 5 minutes, I could locate any type of Lincoln, any color combination, and tell you exactly what agency to call. But once it's gone out of somebody's lot, we don't keep track.
So what you're saying is, we'd have to contact maybe 70 or 80 dealers and ask them to go through all their sales records for the entire year, right?
That's right. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Tell me this, Mr. Bellwood. I mean, if we do canvass all these dealers, how many cars are we likely to come up with?
Well, not too many in the designer series. It's a pretty special car. Maybe 50 or 60.
Well, I guess that's it then. We just have to check them all.
I'm going as far as see me, if that's any help.
Before we start, let's get something straight. I'm looking for transportation, nothing else.
Young lady, I have a daughter who could be your older sister. If she heard you ask me that question, she'd laugh right in my face.
Yeah, okay.
Jensen, this is Investigator Joe Stiles of the police department. Yeah, we're checking on a possible suspect who may have purchased Designer's Edition Mark V. We'd appreciate if you check your records and give us the names and addresses of everyone in that category.
Przewalski? Okay. Would you please spell that, sir, and very slowly?
3216 Oak Shore Drive. Where's that, ma'am? In the valley?
You just tell me how I can show you ID over the telephone. Crowley, Sergeant William Crowley. I tell you what, Mr. Meredith, I think we could solve this in about 5 seconds. Now, I'm going to hang up. You just call information, ask for the Criminal Conspiracy Division of the Police Department. That's right. Then you ask for Sergeant William Crowley.
What are you doing?
We're low on gas. There's a station about a mile from here. I'm telling you the truth, Dory. I see no reason why you shouldn't believe me.
What's that for?
Oh, I use it to dictate letters and take down memorandum.
Well, why is it on now?
Well, you might say that I'm conducting a test. So why don't you tell me about that young man you're going to visit in Ventura? Now, just talking on an ordinary voice so we can see how well it records in a moving car.
His name's Brad.
Go on.
I don't really know what you want me to say.
Well, say anything, you know. I mean, anything that comes in your mind.
That's it, huh? Just the one leaf. Okay, thanks very much. I appreciate your help.
Well,
thanks, Joe.
see, you haven't just as much luck as we are.
None, huh? Nothing all year? Sure, I know it's a special car. That's the trip. Would I like to buy one, huh? Sure, pal. I'll trade you my rolls.
I'm not gonna let this happen.
We'll be there in 5 minutes. Why don't you just settle back, you know, close your eyes. Tell me about Brad.
No!
You could start by... Well, you could start by telling me what the two of you do when you're alone together.
Oh, is that how you get your kicks, old man? By listening to this?
There's no need to shout. I mean, nothing's gonna happen to you. This should surprise you at all. My own daughter tells me girls your age know more than I do. Uninhibited, I think, is the word she uses. Well, you know, that's fine. I've always considered myself flexible enough to adjust. Recorder. I lost it. My recorder's down there in the water.
Where's the corner?
It's coming up.
Who found it?
They did. They came up to pick wildflowers. The old man threw a stone in the water, and that's when he found her.
Hey, Ben?
Oh, I promised myself. If I made it to the top, I'm gonna quit smoking.
You got the same MO here?
That's my educated guess. All you have to do is look at the color of the skin to tell it's carbon monoxide.
Was she raped?
Yeah, I think so. A lot of her clothes were ripped off, but we'll have to verify it.
Sergeant Crowley?
What you got there, radio?
No, it's a tape recorder. I just found it down at the edge of the marsh. It's soaking wet.
Yeah, see that.
Oh, I guess that takes care of the fingerprints, too.
The recorder's still cooking, but this tape's dry enough to try. That is, if anybody's interested.
Come on, Freddie. You guys now hired for comedy relief.
Well, we have to do something once in a while to break the monotony.
Well, the bomb squad's got a few of them.
Oh, is that how you get your kicks, old man? By listening to this?
There's no need to shout. I mean, nothing's gonna happen to you. This should surprise you at all. My own daughter tells me girls your age know more than I do. Uninhibited, I think, is the word she uses. Well, you know, that's fine. I've always considered myself flexible enough to adjust.
There wasn't any prints left on the recorder.
No, it's so full of mud and slime, there's nothing left at all.
What about on the tapes?
Not a thing.
You check out the serial number on the recorder?
I thought you'd never ask. It was manufactured by Blake Electronics in Downey.
Well, now, if you filled out his guarantee card, we got it made.
Yeah, if you did. But you're going to have to go out there in person. We've already tried. They just won't release anything over the phone.
Isn't that typical? Okay, Joe, you want to take a little trip to Downey?
What, at this hour?
I'll be the traffic.
Well, why don't you ride along with him? Keep him company.
You won't be.
No buzz anyway.
You really throw your weight around, don't you?
Crowley.
Hi, Bill. This is Pete. Well, it was registered all right, but along with 7 others. It's part of a group purchase made by the Mills Chemical Corporation.
Mills Chemical? You sure about that?
Sure. 211 North Jellicoe.
I know the head of security out there. The guy used to work robbery out of Rhinebeck.
So what is your pleasure?
Get out there. Ask for a guy named Leon Fowler.
All right, it's bumper to bumper, so it'll take a bit.
Pete, do the best you can, will you?
As always.
Nothing's gonna happen to you. This should surprise you at all. My own daughter tells me girls your age know more than I do. Uninhibited, I think, is the word she uses. Well, you know, that's fine. I've always considered myself flexible enough to adjust.
Well?
It could be one of 2 people. Mr. Mills, the man who owns this company, or his brother George, our controller. They sound almost exactly the same. On the telephone, I can hardly tell them apart.
Does either one of them own a Lincoln Mark V?
Both. Bought on the same day. They bought them both through the company.
Okay, Leon, take a guess. Who do you think it is?
I told you, I couldn't tell.
Just guess.
George. Certain words, the way he says his R.
I'd like to see his car.
I think I saw him leave.
Want to check to make sure?
Harriet Fowler. Has Mr. Mills gone for the day? Okay, thanks. He's about 6 blocks from here with a plant engineer. They're having a drink at a place called the Rusty Tub.
Yeah, we passed it.
Okay, I'll go. Listen, if his brother's car is still here, you check it out. And no heroics, you understand? If anything develops, you just wait till we link back up.
Save yourself about 10 minutes if you take the shortcut. Go straight through here to the other side, then walk left until you can see administration.
All right, thanks. Listen, I'll probably be back before Bill. If Pete and Joe get here, fill them in and hold them right here, all right? Thank you.
Why don't you just lean back, you know, just lean back against the seat. You can trust me. That's good. Just relax. No. Keep your eyes closed. Keep them closed. That's good. That's good.
talking to you as a friend, as a man who's known you for 10 years.
The answer is no. The only way I'm going is that way.
Now, listen to me, Mr. Mills. I'm coming up now, and I'm going to take you down.
No, Leon.
I beat it fastest. Drip it up my sleeve.
Anyone who orders 3 scoops deserves that.
That's your considered opinion?
That's my opinion, yeah. What's the matter?
It's the girl I told you about, the one I gave a lift to.
Oh, she's pretty cute, but she doesn't have any trouble at all.
You know what I'd like to do? I'd like to pick her up and take her right and dump her in her parents' lap.
You really think that'd help? Come on, Bill, you're not a miracle worker. You're a cop. All you can do is warn them. If they don't listen, that's where your responsibility ends.
Who's my target?
The perfect minorities to hate, Amelia.
The smut peddlers.
My name's Amelia, same as you, and I'm a prostitute.
But then if you admit it, why didn't you tell the voters the truth?
It was past history, private.
One flew over the councilman's nest.
Get me back to simple crime in the streets. You can do it, and I want it. Ask for Captain Barnes.
Someone is trying to kill me. Wonderful city.
And now here, once again, our own Amelia Boyer.
Thank you, Paul. I'm going to miss you.
And we'll miss you, too.
Most of you are aware this is my last day as co-anchor person here at KXLA. For
There she
better
is.
or worse, I have thrown my hat into the political ring as candidate for city council. I would like to say to those very vocal demonstrators who are at this very moment picketing outside the studio, you are not pressuring me into this resignation. On the contrary, I am simply abiding by the FCC ruling for equal time for all political candidates. Neither picket lines nor threatening phone calls can stop me in my crusade to make this city a better place for clean-living, God-fearing Americans to live and to work. Thank you.
I won't do it.
Afraid you're gonna have to.
Listen, I couldn't stand Amelia Boyer when we were in high school. I can't stand her now. I hate what she stands for, and so do you.
I'll do it. I'll guard Amelia's body even with my fractured flipper.
There's your volunteer.
Nope. Well, how about me? Or am I too minority for Mrs. Boyer?
I get direct orders from Captain Bly. Sergeant Pepper Anderson's the man for the job.
The man.
As a matter of fact, his exact words were, the only man for the job.
Well, I won't do it. Tell Barnes I won't do it.
I told him you wouldn't do it.
Well,
You're doing it.
all right, I'll tell him.
You tell him you do that. Just say, Captain, you can go to hell.
Sergeant Crowley told you what I told him. And incidentally, it came from the chief himself.
Captain Barnes, I have a good reason for wanting to be relieved of this assignment.
Good reason?
I think so.
Hold it, Pepper. Before you say it, let me warn you, it better be good. And a hell of a lot better reason than the one Sergeant Boldroff gave me for not wanting to be Hirohito's bodyguard when he was visiting our fair city. Well, it seems that Sergeant Boldroff was a prisoner of war in Japan. So, while he was a prisoner of war, he swore that he was going to get that guy one day if he ever caught up with him. Now, that's the excuse he gave me for not wanting to carry out my direct orders to see that no bodily harm came to our royal guest while he was visiting here. Now, I ask you, your whole life, have you ever heard of a reason as lame as that? Now, what's your excuse?
Yeah?
Police. Sergeant Anderson.
All right. Come on in.
We got certain rules in this house. This way. And one of them is, I'm gonna have to frisk you. I hope you don't mind.
I mind.
You don't have to frisk a cop. Hello, Pepper.
Hello.
Amazing. Simply amazing. Who'd have ever guessed that the prettiest girl in high school would end up a lady cop?
Policewoman. And I wasn't the prettiest.
Whatever. Udo, would you take the policewoman's bag to the guest room?
With pleasure.
Thank you.
Udo is quite an animal.
I'm sure you'd know.
The same fun-loving Pepper, except your hair, isn't it blonder?
You've lost a little weight.
Amusing.
I try.
At least I made something of myself after I left school.
You certainly did.
I've come a long way, baby, if I do say so myself. And just imagine you were the girl most likely to succeed, my bodyguard. I asked the chief of police especially for you, and only you.
Thanks. I really appreciate that.
Home.
Be it ever so cluttered.
Say hello to Sergeant Anderson. Pepper in high school. My whiz kids, June and Jim Brennan. Mr. and Mrs.
How do you do?
Hi. Terribly, terribly young and terribly, terribly bright. Almost human computers you feed in statistics and outcomes campaign strategy.
What do you think of this, Sergeant? How's this grab you?
Make you want to rush right out and vote for her?
For Amelia Earhart, anytime.
Pepper's hardly the one to ask. She even voted against me for high school president. I won anyway.
I remember.
My kickoff speech, have you double domes given it some thought?
We have.
Got a great idea.
Pepper, darling, I'm sure all this profound strategy would bore you silly.
I'm sure it would.
Could I help you find your room and you can clean up and whatever?
Just tell me where it is. I'll find it.
I'll call Udo.
I'll find it.
Up the stairs, first door to the left.
Nice meeting both of you.
You too.
How come when I yell for a cop, I never get anything like that?
Down, boy.
This great idea. If you can get your mind off of sex and back to business, this great idea, I hope it has something to do with Councilman Grant. Did that investigator you hire find out anything?
Not yet.
So far, your most worthy opponent seems to be just that, most worthy.
But something will turn up.
And what if nothing turns up?
Oh, it will, Amelia. Trust us.
We'll make sure that it does.
Did anyone check into his connection with those landlords who rent out those smut shops down on Bailey Street?
Yeah, there's no proof.
But we got a letter definitely stating that Grant...
Crackpot time, Amelia. Did you see who signed it? Queen Victoria.
Any rumor is potent before the election. All right. All right. So what's this great idea for my opening speech tonight? Who's my target?
The perfect minorities to hate, Amelia.
The prostitutes, the vandals, the smut peddlers, the dope addicts, the sexual perverts who, with their insidious filth, are contaminating our lives and the lives of our children. I call on you to help me protect our neighborhoods against these people. To exterminate those who are responsible. Not only those who commit the crimes, but those who allow them to happen. Protect our neighborhood.
Protect our neighborhood. Protect our neighborhood. Protect our neighborhood. Protect our neighborhood.
Hey, all be quiet, please. Quiet.
Please, ladies and gentlemen, please, let the Reverend speak.
I speak, Miss Boyer, as both a minister and a private citizen. And as both, I am all against pornographers, vandals, and other true criminals. But I cannot, with any conscience, continue to listen to your attacks against Councilman Grant.
Please, ladies and gentlemen.
I'd like to say something. I'm a housewife and a mother, and I represent the Better Government League in this city. I'd like to go on record in decrying your heavy-handed use of extremist tactics, Miss Boyer, in order to gain votes for an office that we feel you are not, repeat, not qualified.
Hold it! Now, quiet. You listen to me. And you listen. Miss Boyer, my name's Amelia, same as you. And I'm a woman, same as you. And I'm a prostitute. Oh, you may not like what I do. I can't say I'm proud of it either. But I don't know no typing. And I ain't had much schooling. I don't punch a clock. And I don't gussy myself up for no office. But that don't give you the right to tell me where I can or can't live. I can live anywhere I want to. And nobody here can tell me I
Please, ladies and gentlemen, please. Let us hear what this unfortunate, misguided lady has to say.
Why don't you tell these folks the truth? Now, I have civil rights, ain't I? I can live anywhere I want to, right?
You're right. You're absolutely right. Her kind can live anywhere they want to now. And that unfortunate situation will remain as long as Councilman Grant is in the office. But if I am elected...
If you are elected, you know what? I'll sue you. I'll take you to court. I'll take you all the way to Washington, D.C. if I have to. I'll give you the fight of your life. Oh, I may not win, but it sure will be fun. Now, how about that, honey? Oh, I'm leaving. I'm going. Listen to me. Any man here who is without sin, let him catch the first stone. I know my right, and I'll have the
Listen to this. I cut this out of the editorial section this morning. In Germany, the Nazis first came for the communists, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a communist. Then they came for the Jews, and I didn't speak up because I wasn't a Jew. Then they came for the Catholics, and I didn't speak up because I was a Protestant. Then they came for me. And by that time, there was no one left to speak up for me.
Why me?
Morning. Ah, but soft. What light do yonder window breaks?
Tis light in yonder truck.
Why don't you fix it?
I never knew Shakespeare too well.
Oh, I may not win, but it sure will be fun. Now, how about that, honey? Oh, I'm leaving. I'm going.
Get lost, sister. You don't need that kind.
Take it easy, my darling.
Goldie, what did she ever do to you?
Streetwalkers, commies, preverts. They don't belong here.
Well, where do they belong, Goldie?
Anywhere away from good, upstanding citizens. Hey, you two aren't sticking up for that hooker, are you?
Goldie, I don't care if she's a hooker or a nun. I'm talking about rights.
Hookers got no rights.
Is that your truck parked out front?
Yeah.
Did you know you left your lights on? I got it.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Now, like I was saying.
Well, it doesn't matter what you were saying, my friend. Everybody's got civil rights.
Sure, but that's what makes Amelia Boyer so terrific. She'll see if those kind don't have any anymore.
For sure. But whatever happened to that good old American saying? Live and let live.
Now, that's the way I used to think. But then I started looking around at what's going on, and I don't like what I see. I mean, I don't like those people around, especially not here.
You know, I'm sure gonna miss that Amelia on the 6 o'clock news every night. You know, when she says something, you can believe it. And she says Grant is weak, and he is.
That's right. Why, do you know that he even thinks it's all right if you're gay?
Yeah.
But that Amelia is a living saint if ever there was one. And when she sings, oh, beautiful for spacious skies.
What are we doing, auditions for the Gong Show, Goldie?
Oh, boy, you guys really have some nerve. Taking good taxpayers' money and then sitting around defending hookers and preverts and... Aren't you cops supposed to defend people like us?
The boy is charged that prostitutes should be legally barred from so-called decent neighborhoods.
Well, I'm afraid I can't comment on Miss Boyer's speech. I've been here at our fundraising banquet all evening, so frankly, I didn't hear what she had to...
Protect our neighborhoods. Your all-American dream and a catchy slogan. Ron, how can you argue with that?
Easy. You don't protect neighborhoods by taking away civil rights.
Well, how are you going to stop it?
Barbara, we just have to. These, Hitlers and McCarthys and fringe lunatics who destroy freedom by promising so-called decent folks that they're looking out for their best interests. We just can't let them do it. Every citizen has the right to express himself, but legally, honestly.
Can you hear yourself, darling?
Can you hear this pedantic soapbox ring you're getting into your speech? Well, the voters won't buy it. I mean, it's... Well... More coffee?
Please. All right, Barb. Something's been bothering you all week. What?
Nothing.
That nothing means something. Did you hear that ring in your voice? It says, what I am saying, I do not mean. Thank you. Now, what's wrong?
Don't let that woman drag you down. Withdraw from this rat race, please.
What?
Make an announcement that you've decided not to run in this year's election.
Why would I do a thing like that?
You want it in one word?
Yeah.
Amelia. In 2 words, Amelia Boyer. Ron, I'm afraid of this woman. She could crush you. She can make people believe anything she wants them to believe.
So what can she say about me?
Think. For one moment, think. It doesn't matter now. We know it doesn't matter anymore. But think what she could do if she found out.
Daddy, how do you like it?
Attention all 3rd graders. That's great.
Did I spell the words right?
100%.
I'm going to thumbtack it to the bulletin board in school. Good idea, huh?
Well, Marianne, don't you think it would be a good idea if someone were to put up an Amelia Boyer poster, too, on the same bulletin board?
Why her?
Freedom of choice. You see, all the 3rd graders should have a chance to decide for whom they want to vote.
Well, I think it's pretty dumb myself, but if you say so.
I say so.
Here's your lunch. You better hurry. School bus won't wait.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good day.
We love you.
Love you, too. I'll see if someone wants to put up an Amelia Boyer poster, too, even if I still think it's dumb.
Ron, you could always go back to teaching. I'd like that.
And lose out on that crucial 3rd grade vote for the city council?
Good morning, Pepper. Over here. Bravo, Udo, bravo. Laugh, dear. He loves encouragement.
Why don't you throw him a fish?
Lady Cup, how'd you sleep last night?
Alone. Thank you.
Udo, go take a shower.
Yeah, boss lady, whatever you say.
Coffee hot?
Help yourself. I'll call Marguerite for your breakfast.
No, thanks. Just coffee's fine.
You don't like me very much, do you? You never did.
I don't like what you stand for.
And what does that mean, what I stand for?
You're a hypocrite. You always were. Throwing around all that garbage about protecting the good guys from the bad guys, the evil, the undesirables, the untouchables. It's all as phony as you are, but there is one consolation.
Oh, what's that?
You'll never get away with any of it constitutionally.
Oh, you're a lawyer.
If you are elected, Amelia, you won't change a thing. Only the trappings will be different. A sense of new power, a new office, a new bed to sleep around in.
Bed to sleep around in, grammatically incorrect. And what's that supposed to mean? Are you implying that I'm a tramp?
You tell me. I mean, what's the difference between doing it for money or favors?
I resent that.
Remember Beatrice May Jesse?
Beatrice May was a thief. That's why no one voted for her for class president.
Lucky for you, they found those stolen supplies in her locker the day before the election. Alan Hunter found them, didn't he? I wonder how he knew they were there.
Beatrice May was guilty. Why else would she take that overdose?
I don't know why, do you?
Listen, Pepper, darling, I don't have to take this from you. I could get someone else from the police department.
Great. Get me back to simple crime in the streets. You can do it, and I want it. Ask for Captain Barnes.
I am not letting you off of this assignment. You have the phone. Answer it.
Sergeant Anderson speaking.
You tell that Amelia Boyer to cool it, or she'll get her lousy head shot off.
Good, huh?
The timing was perfect.
Who was that?
Sergeant Crowley, please. It's urgent.
What's happening? I have a right to know.
Crowley. Yeah, Pepper. What else did he say?
Get her lousy head shot off. Better get Pete and Joe over here and, forget about springing me.
Okay, you got it.
I told you I needed protection. Someone is trying to kill me.
This Sergeant Anderson, good-looking chick?
Good-looking chick. You sure you know what to do?
Hey, this isn't the first time. It won't be the last.
I'll call to verify if it's still on. You know the time and place?
I know, okay? I know.
Over here, Crowley. What's the matter? Can't you see in the dark?
What's going on, you?
Rest your weary bones.
What's that you're drinking, Shirley Temple?
I'm drinking expensive on you. You see, if you'd come to my place like I told you on the phone, drinks on the house.
Yeah, and I told you, you better be careful how you proposition me. I just might have to run you in.
No, you wouldn't do that to a little old card-carrying coyote like me, would you, baby?
I just might.
Yeah, you just might. Anyway, I'm safe. You called me, I didn't call you. Now, what's on your mind, Crowley? And that's not a proposition.
Look, I know how you feel about Amelia Boyer.
Don't speak such language in mixed company, please.
Level with me, Amelia, will you?
Now, who's propositioning?
Have you heard any rumbles in your business? Anybody threatening to blow her head off with a shotgun, anything like that?
Boyers?
Boyers.
Well, we sure hate her guts. But we have enough trouble with the law in our regular business. Why make things tougher?
Yeah, that's the way I figure it. Why?
Bill Crowley?
Yeah.
Telephone.
Excuse me. Thanks. Crowley. Oh, yes. Yes, sir. Yes, I understand. Where are you now? On the corner near you there, there's a coffee shop. That's right, that's it. About 15 minutes? Okay, I'll see you then. Thanks.
Want a drink?
No, thanks. Why don't you give the lady another one, will you?
Think she needs it? Here's a bill already.
You're kidding. Yeah. Pepper Anderson, please. Sergeant Crowley calling. Forget it.
Like I figured.
Yeah, Pep. How would you like to join me for a cup of coffee?
Hey, Fuzz. Where's Pepper?
You mean Sergeant Anderson? Well, she went up for coffee. If it's all right with you.
Oh, yeah. What's your name?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Well, my name is Investigator Pete Royster, but you may call me Peter.
Well, Royster, you don't match the decor around here. You got no swank. You get the drift?
You don't know how much that hurts me coming from such a swank. I always thought I was. I went to swank schools. I ate nothing but swank food. As a matter of fact, I never talked to anybody who wasn't swank. I thought I was the epitome of swank. Goodness.
Well, you're not swank. And they've been lying to you. Maybe you ought to do something about it.
I think this is better. Yeah.
I don't.
What's the matter with it?
Blue. Baby blue.
Terrific audience impact. Nobody doesn't like blue.
Is this better?
No, not for today's rally. 5 church groups have requested blocks of seats, so boobs are out. Look, if it'll make you happier, I promise to lower the neckline for the American Legion next week. Plunging in glorious red, white, and blue, okay? There you go.
When's Jim supposed to be back?
He was meeting the contact at 10, so any minute now.
Didn't that investigator give us a hint of what he'd found?
Nope. He just phoned Jim, and he said to me he'd meet him in the park with the information and for Jim to bring $1,000 in small bills. If blue is your color.
I don't know. Where's Pepper? She has style.
You don't trust me?
Don't be a goon. Of course I trust you. It's fine. It's fine. I'm just furious at that pig-headed blonde running off without telling you where she was going.
Listen, maybe we should lose Sergeant Anderson. I mean, for some reason or other, she seems to upset you.
Coffee, Black, please. Hi, Bill.
This is Councilman Grant, Sergeant Anderson.
How do you do?
It's a pleasure.
What can we get you?
Coffee's all I'm having, thank you.
It's here.
That's fast service.
Faster than you'll get in the city. Believe me.
I have the feeling she's not one of my staunchest supporters.
I have a feeling you're right.
Well, first of all, thank you for meeting me here instead of police headquarters. I'd rather not talk to reporters just yet.
What's happened?
Somebody broke into his office. Took some documents from his files that could be damaging to his campaign if they were made public, right?
That's right.
What's in them?
I'd rather not say, unless you tell me I have to. Believe me, nothing of a criminal nature. No records of bribes or illegal contributions, nothing like that. I was hoping you could investigate without any publicity. Is that possible?
That's why I wanted Sergeant Anderson here. Since she's working at Boyer's, maybe she'll come up with something.
Are you sure the contents could be used against you in the campaign?
Well, an unscrupulous opponent might be tempted, but I honestly don't know about Amelia Boyer.
Fantastic. Utterly fantastic.
Is it worth $1,000?
10,000. 100,000. This'll do it. This will do it. What a sensation this will be at the rally this afternoon.
Not yet, Amelia. We stick to the original plan.
Why? This is all we need. We simply tell the voters the truth about their Councilman Grant, war hero.
Well, maybe you won't have to tell them the truth. Not if we do it our way and force his hand.
All right.
Do it our way, Amelia. And you won't have to worry about Councilman Grant anymore. It's on.
Well, it's so.
I'll buy it.
Love the color.
See, I told you. It needs this.
Oh, the miracle of a sweet opening bud.
Go sell it.
Listen to that, Pepper. Don't you want to go out there with your pom-poms and lead the cheer?
Cheerleader, huh? Someday you have to show me your pom-poms.
Thank you for your love. Thank you for your confidence. And thank you for wanting to help me rid this city of the sin and of the corruption. When I started this campaign, I made a promise to myself that I would never say anything personal against my opponent, Councilman Ronald Grant, who is a family man and a hero of the Korean War. I unfortunately must now break that promise in order to be a good American citizen and reveal to you documented evidence that has come into my possession, proving that Ronald Grant has been less than truthful with you, the decent voters of this wonderful city.
Look, just relax now. You're all right. You're all right.
I'm lucky you missed me.
Lucky for you, he's a lousy shot.
Stand back! Over here.
Where'd he go?
Hello.
Councilman Grant?
Yes.
My name is Jim Brennan. I work for Amelia Boyer.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody just tried to assassinate her.
What?
I think we ought to talk.
This is Bill Baldwin speaking to you live from in front of the palatial home of Amelia Boyer. We're waiting for the arrival of Councilman Ronald Grant. According to a spokesman for Ms. Boyer, the councilman called her almost immediately after the attempted assassination, requesting a meeting between the two. Now, although Amelia Boyer has said herself that she believes that Councilman Grant was in no way involved in the shooting incident and the attempt on her life, and even though it was at the same time that she was about to reveal, and I quote, documented evidence that Grant has been less than truthful with the voters, end quote, I'm sure the news people gathered here, like myself, will want some answers to the questions about his possible involvement in that shooting incident. Ladies and gentlemen, I see a car driving up now. It is Councilman Grant.
It's about that time.
Councilman Grant, Councilman, we know you called the meeting. Now, what's the meeting here? Councilman, come on, give us a break here. We need the news. You're on television, Councilman. Councilman, come on. We need the words here. We need the words. Our people would like to hear from you, Councilman. Councilman, please. What is the purpose of the meeting, sir?
No comment.
Yes, but our listeners
I'm
are
sorry.
anxious to...
I have no comment.
Mr. Grant,
Well, you saw and heard, ladies and gentlemen. Councilman Grant has refused to say anything at this time about the rather extraordinary events that have taken place during the day. Now, we'll return you to our studios, but we will remain here, and when the councilman comes out, maybe we can get an interview with him. Bill Baldwin, KXLA News.
There's no need to beat around the bush, is there? I think you're familiar with what transpired this afternoon.
No, I'm not sure. I heard on the radio. Well, you know, I had nothing to do with this terrible thing.
Take it easy, sir. We're not accusing you of trying to kill Amelia. That's not the reason why I asked you to meet us here.
Yeah, on the radio, coming over. The news reporter kept saying, I called you. You called me.
Does it matter who called whom? You're here. And I think, deep down in your soul, you know why you came when Jim called, don't you? Your medical records.
Those files that were taken, is that your medical record?
Yes, yes.
Well, Amelia, speak up.
Are you in any way insinuating that I had something to do with that burglary?
Another election? Another thief? Only no Beatrice May to blame it on.
You are definitely out of line. Can I help it if someone happens to send me copies of perhaps stolen medical records? That some loyal, decent citizen bends the law a bit because he doesn't want to see a sick war hero running our government and his life.
I am not sick. Now, I've never used my war record in any of my campaigns. Never.
For good reason, I think, don't you? Especially since it might bring up that period of your life right after the war.
Mr. Grant, is it true that right after the war, you needed psychiatric treatment? Is that true?
Yes.
In fact, at the time, you were in such a catatonic state you might even be called insane.
No, not insane. No, I never was insane.
But you were committed to a hospital for nearly a year. Isn't that true?
Not that long.
Almost all of 1953 in the Veterans Hospital. The wing with the heavy bars on the windows and the guards at the door. It's all in the records.
One flew over the councilman's nest.
Do you deny it?
Do you?
Do you, Grant?
No, I don't deny it. It's true.
Well, then if you admit it, why didn't you tell the voters the truth before?
It was past history, private history. I've been treated. I've been cured. I've pushed it out of my mind.
Then we have to push it back. Let the people decide.
You're not going to intimidate me, Ms. Boyer. You may as well know that.
You're not quitting?
No, I don't quit.
All right. Then to put it more tactfully for the press, you're withdrawing.
No, not in your life.
But don't you understand? We're talking about your life. You can do an awful lot of other things. Worthwhile things, you and your lovely family.
Don't listen to her.
You stay out of this. If you don't withdraw, Grant, you force me to tell the people the truth. That you are a sick man, unable to fulfill the responsibilities of his office. I almost told them this afternoon when, fortunately for you, I was interrupted by a would-be assassin.
Probably hired by you. No professional would miss you that far unless he did it intentionally.
Now you've gone too far. I want you to get out of here now.
With pleasure.
Get out!
Hang in there, Councilman. Don't give up.
So you got canned, yeah?
Yeah, she threw me out. It'd be funny if it weren't so terrifying. You realize she could be elected.
Probably will be.
Oh.
Here he comes.
What happened in there? What was the talk about inside? Now, we need an interview from you. Councilman, come on now, please.
Excuse
Say
me.
something to us.
No comment.
Councilman, come on. Excuse me. What's the meaning for the meeting in there? Come on, Councilman, please. Say something to us. Will you please give us a little bit? We need the news. They're right on. Come on.
12Y51, code 1.
12Y51, go ahead.
12Y51. 551. On your driver's license search, we've got a hit. Phone your office for the information.
That's a Roger.
Here comes that Brennan lady.
Listen, you follow her. It's just a hunch, but see if you can find out who she's trying to contact. All right?
What, you're not coming?
No, I got a call to make. Alan? It's Pepper Anderson. Yeah, Pepper. Would I kid you? Of course it is. How are you? No, it's been a long time, but not that long. Listen, could I see you? I mean, right away? You haven't changed a bit. No, it's very important. Something's come up. Yeah, I know the place. 10, 15 minutes? I'll be wearing a carnation. Now, in my ear. Okay, thanks a lot. I'll see you there. Bye.
Do we follow her?
Well, Pepper said we should check on her contact. She's coming now. She's getting into the car.
Let's go. Police! Wanna? Police! Police! Hold it!
So the would-be assassin is dead?
Killed by a truck. Without him to testify, it'll be tougher, but I still think we'll be able to prove that your would-be assassin was actually hired by you.
I hired an assassin to kill me?
To miss you. We dug that slug out of the auditorium stage a good 5 feet away from where you were standing.
You've been listening to Anderson and her wild accusation that I hired my own assassin.
This was in the dead man's pocket. Inside were $5,000. Now, we've been very careful about the way we handle this thing because of the fingerprints. They could be yours.
Mine?
2 police officers saw you leave the dead man's motel room just a few minutes before he was killed.
Sergeant Crowley, I have no idea what this is about. In fact, I may call your chief and complain about this outrage, especially Pepper's behavior.
You want me to dial it for you?
I told you to get out and stay out.
I realized that you could carry this I am innocent routine right through your campaign and get yourself elected. And your terribly, terribly bright twosome here would go along with it. So I brought some insurance. Alan. You remember Alan Hunter, captain of the basketball team?
Hello, Amy.
What are you doing here?
Pepper called me. I told her the truth. It was a relief after all these years of feeling guilty.
What are you talking about?
My planting those supplies in Beatrice May's locker. At the time, when you asked me to do it, I thought it was a joke. I didn't know she'd commit suicide over it.
Why would I ask you to do a stupid thing like that?
Because you wanted to win a high school election.
We've got to make sure you never do anything like that again.
Are you threatening me?
In your own way, you killed Beatrice May Jesse.
That's a lie.
And right now, you're trying to make Ronald Grant commit political suicide.
He's already committed political suicide. Don't you understand? He's weak. Look at his record. He's ineffective. I'm strong, efficient. You have to give me credit for that. And I can clear the streets of the scum. I can cure some of society's worst evils.
Amelia, Your kind of cure is worse than the disease.
It is with deep sorrow and after much soul-searching that I have decided to withdraw from the city council race.
Oh, don't quit, Amelia.
One reason is you can't live through an attempted assassination and feel the same. But let me tell you, I will run again. And then I will do everything in my power to make our city a city to be proud of. So, keep your faith. We shall protect our neighborhoods. Thank you.
Right. We'll do it, Amelia.
That's called snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. You think she'll run again?
Her? Her kind has more lives than a cat, and they always seem to land on their feet.
Well, why don't you drink up? Come on over and help me protect my neighborhood.
All right, you do, you'd be deader than that beef that's in the truck. You couldn't hit the side of a barn without...
Come, ready? Come on.
I already bought a load of beef from them. And quite frankly, the price was right.
So right that it might have been stolen?
So right that with these people, you don't ask questions.
You don't want to cooperate with us, do you?
Police officers, get him up there where I can see him. Come on, let's go. Get him up.
Hey, come on. Good evening, Mr. Markham. You remember me, don't you?
Thorne, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
How did you get in here?
Your back door was unlocked.
No, it wasn't.
There's no need for us to argue, Mr. M. This is just a visit.
If you've come to collect, you're wasting your time. I told your boss yesterday. I can't even meet the interest payment this month.
Business is lousy, huh?
Terrible. Take a look yourself.
No need to do that. I'm the bearer of good news.
I'm not borrowing any more money. Not from you people.
Who from then? Let me ask you a question. What's your most expensive item after help?
Beef.
Figure 2,000, 3,000 pounds of beef per month, right?
That's close enough. Why?
Well, I told you I had good news. We can arrange for you to buy all the beef you want. At $1 a pound.
Come on, man, that's impossible.
Nothing's impossible. Think about it, Mr. Markham.
Where's this beef coming from?
From my people. Where else? We have many interests, Mr. M. You know that.
Well, it's a proposition worth considering. I've got to admit that.
Good. You figure out how much beef you can use, then you give me a call. Figure 3 or 4 days for delivery. Right, Mr. M? Nice talking to you, Mr. M.
Ellen, is the commissioner still awake? This is Al Markham. Thank you. Stewart, I'm sorry to bother you at home and at this hour, but this is important. I've just been offered some stolen beef. Yes, I'm sure. Yes, certainly it can wait until you get to your office. I'll see you then.
Hey, look, Al Marham's car is still in the parking lot. Come on, we better check it out.
Come on, Pepper, you've been in there before.
Too many times. But Al Markham, one of the nicest people anybody could ever meet.
Yes, he was.
Decent, honest.
Well, as far as we know, he was honest, yeah. Pepper, that was an execution in there. That was no hit and run. That was no accident.
He's closed down twice in the past 3 years. Everybody knows he was, had heavy financial problems, but don't you think he might have tried to save it with a big loan?
He could have gotten mixed up with a loan shark, sure. But I tell you something, Al had a lot of assets. I think they would have made a strong effort to collect before they'd have killed him. I mean, they just don't work that way. No, there's more to it than that.
Yeah. It's got to be the stolen beef.
Well, you can interview the commissioner, and I want a verbatim report on the content of Markham's telephone call. A couple of bank loans he was making payments on. A lot of red ink. I tell you, if he was in debt to anybody else, he sure didn't write it down anyplace. What about you, Pete? Did you find anything in last year's stuff?
Well, I don't need to be an accountant to figure this one out. What comes in here goes out here.
Well, this is interesting. The phone's not working.
Hi, Phyllis.
Hi. Ray? How are you?
Okay, I guess.
I'm sorry about Al.
He was a good man. The best. Took me right out of college and gave me my first break.
How's his wife doing?
She's in pretty bad shape. Can't quite believe it. But she was not involved in the business, Bill.
I've already told Pepper that if Al had any mob connections, I didn't know about them.
I've been going through those books, Ray. Business wasn't good.
Don't I know? Had to lay people off, close a few of the restaurants for lunch, things like that. But we've had bad times before. It's always come through.
Who's going to be in charge, yeah?
Mrs. Markham asked me to take over. For the time being, at least. I'll do the best I can. Look, if there's nothing else, I've got quite a lot to do. Funeral arrangements and telephoning relatives.
Sure, go ahead. Listen, if we got any questions, we'll get in touch. We'll phone you.
I want you to. Be in touch.
Thanks, Ray. Nothing?
Not yet.
Take a look at this.
What do you got, Joe?
Wire got hooked over the cradle, wouldn't release it.
A bug?
Yeah. This wouldn't be the work of the feds. I'd use a lease line. No, this looks more like something a private investigator would do.
Yeah, but who would have hired him?
Well, whoever was monitoring this thing sure knew about the phone call to the commissioner.
Slide it over.
Hey.
I see you all met with huge success. Hi, Pepper. How about a beer? Yeah, thanks.
I tell you, whoever backed Markham's loan's playing it very close to the chest. We talked to little Jimmy. Now, Jimmy knows every loan shark in this town. Not a word about Markham.
Yeah, maybe that's not the answer.
No, it's the answer. We just haven't come up with the right combination.
Here, I'll take it. Thank you.
What about beef? Isn't that what part of this is all about?
I checked through R&I. Locally, there hasn't been a theft or a hijacking in the last 3 months.
And Bill checked with CII, and he came up with something pretty interesting.
Strangely enough, there's been an upsurge in cattle rustling, especially in Central California.
Really?
Yeah. Anybody here know anything about cattle rustling?
You're not gonna believe this.
You're kidding.
Back in Montana?
No, Wyoming. You rustle cattle, right?
I can at least tell you how it was when I was a kid.
Yeah, but it's got to be a little bit different now, Pep.
Just a little?
Well, it is. Wyoming became a state.
Thanks a lot.
No, I understand today that they rustle, slaughter, dress, and package all in 24 hours.
I do know somebody. Yeah, an old hand in the cattle business. Yeah, he'd know. I could drive up tonight.
Why don't you?
Hey, Pepper, honey! How are you, baby? How are you?
Oh, great, just great. It's so good to see you, so good. Ooh.
Look at her, isn't she beautiful? They tell you that down at Wicked City?
Only the wicked ones like you.
I'll bet.
How's Aunt Helen? I sensed on the phone she wasn't too good.
No, she's not too bad, not too bad. She's just dying to see you. She's been on pins and needles since you phoned. Oh, and watch the tiles now. We're trying to fix this old barn up. We're not getting any help from the landlord, you know, so really watch yourself now, okay? Now I'll come back and I'll get your bags later. Now watch your step.
Okay, you look great.
Yeah, I feel good.
Oh. Oh, Uncle Ben, it's charming.
Well, you can thank your Aunt Helen for that.
Oh, it's just... Pepper. Aunt Helen.
Dear Pepper. Oh, it's so sweet of you to come.
Oh, you look wonderful, beautiful.
Well, you two have a nice visit. I'll go get your bag.
Now, you stop that nonsense about me looking so wonderful. I look awful, and you know it. But I feel better than I look, thank goodness. And that's something.
You know, I don't believe what I smell.
You better believe.
Where is it?
In the kitchen, cooling on the cupboard.
Oh, Helen.
The bluest and the juiciest. I remember a little girl once in Wyoming who used to eat blueberry pies till she got the worst tummy ache imaginable.
They were worth it. Oh, Helen.
Now, wait a minute, Ray. A toast to our new and profitable association.
I'll drink to that.
I'll drink to anything.
Well, Ray, since you're here, I assume you're interested in my proposition.
That's correct, Mr. Galloway.
Willie, sit down.
Willie.
Well, how many thousand pounds to start?
2?
That's not even a dozen head. I'd suggest 3.
Okay. 3,000 pounds. Dressed. Where do I sign?
Nah, your handshake's good enough for me. I'll be in touch.
It's a pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Willie. Good night.
Night. Monk, take Mr. Roberts back to his restaurant, huh?
Oh, yeah, Galloway. Yeah, 17, 18 head. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. You know, Pepper, you rode that horse real good for a police sergeant.
Well, look who taught me.
Well, that's true enough. He was such a funny little thing. All the skin and bones and eyes. And stubborn.
Determination, Uncle Ben.
Well, I guess that's the word for it out of the book. You'd fall off 5 or 6 times, climb right back on again, tears streaming down your eye, and cussing. Never heard a little girl with words like that. Wonder where you learned them.
Well, I could tell you that, too, if you really want to know.
Well, I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
You know. But, you know, it was real fun today, just riding for the hell of it. I haven't done that in a long time. You know, riding alone isn't much fun.
How sick is Aunt Helen? I mean, she looks so pale. At dinner, she only said that she had this kidney thing.
Well, now, you know, she'd raised the roof. She knew I was talking about it. But I got to tell somebody, Pepper. You know, she lost that kidney last year.
Hmm?
Well, the one she's got left ain't working so good, and I got to take her down to the hospital once a week. They put her on that machine.
Dialysis?
Yeah, that's it.
That's expensive.
Yeah, and you know, we don't have any insurance to speak of, so I sold that spread we had in Nevada, and we moved here. And there's a little work here and there for an old cowhand, so between that and the money from the place, we get by. Now, don't you look so sad-eyed. Glad to get it off my chest. I feel better. Now, tell me about you. I mean, about your life. What's happening?
Well, I'm still single, if that's what you're wondering.
That's what I mean. Now, look, I promised you a little shooting, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have a little shooting. I mean, after that boasting you were doing last night about being in the top 20 of the police department.
That wasn't boasting. It's just a fact.
Oh, I see. Well, what'll it be? Cans or bottles?
Bottles.
Hey, now, what do you call that? You didn't learn that from me. You couldn't hit the side of a barn without...
Come, ready?
Well,
come on.
Well... Maybe you ought to try that, huh?
Here, let me show you. But you...
Oh, come on. Hey.
That was great. Uncle Ben.
Yeah?
With Helen feeling like she was, I didn't want to sit around talking about rustling at dinner, but I need your help, mainly your expertise.
Well, sure, Pepper, but why?
Well, I'm working on a case right now, and our only lead is stolen beef. Now, the crime reports indicate that it's probably cattle rustling. How would a person go about moving stolen cattle these days and not get caught?
Well, now, it seems to me a fella'd find a real big spread, you know, someplace where they run 20, 25,000 head. That way, a couple of dozen wouldn't be missed right away.
Mm-hmm. Well, then where would he go with them? You can't drive a bunch of cattle down the middle of the highway, broad daylight, or at night for that matter.
No. Well, I heard tell a couple of different ways. One way is you put a couple of head in a padded van and you drive it to a secret slaughterhouse. You dress the meat out. You get rid of the hides right away because of the brands. Then you transfer the meat to a refrigerator truck. That's about it.
Sure. Of course. It's very simple. The meat goes to a packing house in some city.
I reckon. What do you do then?
You sell it to whoever uses a lot of beef, like a chain of restaurants, for instance, or a lot of markets.
Is that it? Of course, that'd be kind of a hard operation to track down with all those meat packing houses you got down in your city.
Yeah, it's a starting point, though.
Yeah. Well, it's getting on to about 3. Better put those horses away and get up to the house. I gotta take Helen down to the hospital this afternoon.
Yeah, I'd best be getting to.
You'll be coming back real soon now, you hear?
First chance I get, really.
I sure love to see you. And I want to meet this Crowley you keep talking about.
You'll like him.
Get up there. Hey. Come on, get in that truck. Hey, come on, Ragged. Hey, cattle. Hey, cattle. Let's go. Here.
Hold it, Maxwell.
What the hell's the matter with you, Fletcher? How do you don't even see it?
He didn't even turn his head.
Listen, I know my job, and I'm gonna do it.
You don't have a job. Not with me. Not ever. Here's your money. Get lost.
And that's it. The meat packer's the middleman, and he sells the beef to whoever wants to buy it. Cut rate, of course. He doesn't even have to be a packer. Probably isn't. All he has to have is a packing house to store the meat in. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, where do I start? The California Cattlemen's Association sent me 10 pages of wholesale meat distributors.
Why don't you start at the top of page 1? Here, Joe, catch. You found it. Now, what I want to know is who manufactured it and who purchased it.
Yeah, well, that sounds like a lot of fun. You know there's no name brand on this thing.
That's why you're going to take it down to the sound lab, and they're going to dismantle it, and then they're going to tell you who manufactured it.
Yeah, okay. All right, little fella. Let's go look into your past life and see what we can come up with.
Well, at the risk of getting a bum and steer, I think I'm going to check this list and see if anything's changed hands.
Uncle Ben said that rustlers would probably hit the large ranches where a few missing head of cattle wouldn't be noticed, but I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Well, with the price of beef what it is, I think most ranchers would know exactly how many steers they had.
Sure, they probably go out and count them every few days. Who do you report it to if you come up short of steers?
I'll call CII and have them check out Bakersfield and Fresno.
Yeah, why don't you do that? As soon as you make a fresh pot of coffee.
Why do I always have to make the coffee?
Because you're here.
Thank you, Willie.
It's a pleasure, Ben. You and your men do nice work. So you can Dolly Maxwell, huh?
He thinks he's Billy the Kid.
Told you made an enemy. Better watch your back.
Hey, now that's real smooth. How about another little dollop?
Sure. How's the missus?
Oh, she's fine. She's fine. This is gonna help.
Yeah, well, we got a real good customer now, Ben. I'll need another shipment from you in a week or 10 days, and after that, more, probably on a regular basis. How's that sound to you?
Anything you say, can I use your phone?
Sure, go ahead. You want a little head on it?
No, man. You know, as long as I'm in town, invite somebody to dinner. Yeah, hello. I'd like to speak to Pepper Anderson, please. That's all right. I'll wait.
Hey, how much longer is this going to take?
It's going to take a while. Look, 3,000 pounds is a lot of meat. Just relax, Roberts.
Yeah, I'm trying to, but there's still a couple cops in the place.
Cops?
Yeah, don't worry, they're friends of mine. They come here all the time.
Well, you can say what you want about Elephant having the best memory, but don't compare with a bronc. Hard-nosed, he was called, and rightly so. He knew me, that's a fact, and he hated me, woo! First time I was up, I rode him right to a stop. Nobody had ever done that before. I think I hurt his pride. So ever after that, no matter what the rodeo was, Madison Square Garden, Pendulum, when I'd go walking by the stalls, he'd start hollering bloody murder. He was cursing at me, that's a fact, and threatening. And I was hoping to draw him again, you know, for another bronc busting contest. Year after year, it just never worked. Never worked.
Folks, a little more coffee or some brandy?
Oh, no, thanks.
Oh, say, I'm sorry, Ray. I got talking here. I didn't realize how late it was.
Don't worry about it, Ben. Now, you folks just stay and talk as long as you like. I got some paperwork to catch up on in the back, so if you need anything, just yell.
Thanks, Ray.
I'll just leave these here.
Sorry. You know, hey, guys, you know, it's 2 o'clock. But I'm a working man.
Can't we just stay till... Let's hear the rest of the story, okay?
Well, anyhow, I was pretty busted up by then, you know, and I figured to quit rodeos altogether, you know. But there was one big one still at Madison Square Garden. You know, I got second in calf roping. I wasn't even expecting that. So I was walking out, going by the stalls, and I hear this big scream. That's right. It was old Hard-Nose. Of course, he was pretty old by then. Must have been about 15, you know. Just a workhorse, wasn't buck horse anymore. Kind of broken up just like your old Uncle Ben. So, anyway, I got up on him. And I'm sitting there in his old sway back. He could hardly move, let alone buck. But he tried. You know what I done? You know what I done? I fell right off him. Well, you never saw a happier horse in all your life. He just laughed. He laughed. Yeah. So I bought him. I bought old Hard-Nose and I took him back to my place. And we kind of hung around together all the time then. Till he died.
You know, you're a sentimental old cowboy. That's what you are.
We got lucky. The club was purchased 3 or 4 years ago by a company that was obviously a front. Pacific West Security Systems. I went to the address, found out he'd been out of business a year and a half.
That's lucky.
Recognize him?
He looks familiar. Refresh my memory.
Refresh his memory, Pete.
Well, you should remember him. You busted him yourself about 5 years ago.
Sure, William Galloway. He was the middleman in that big hijacking ring, right?
You got it.
Only he took a walk because none of his Confederates would testify against him. This is the bug, huh?
He was Pacific West Security. Intelligence says it was a front for a loan sharking operation.
Don't tell me. Pacific West Security is now Pacific West Meatpackers.
You got it.
This is harassment, Crowley, and you know it.
I'm sure you feel that way, Galloway.
I'm sure you are. I told you before I don't know anything about how Al Markham died.
I'm easy to convince. All you got to do is just give me permission to come in and have a look around.
Get out of here. Go on, get out. You want to look around, get a search warrant.
You know something, friend? I'm gonna get you one day. I mean, one day you're gonna make a little mistake, and I'm gonna be right there.
That's threatening and intimidating, Lieutenant. There are laws against that, you know?
Yeah, well, when you get the State Bar Association to reinstate you, then I'll let you tell me about it. In the meantime, it's Sergeant.
Still, after all these years on the force, how about that?
Can you imagine those turkeys coming in here without a search warrant?
Well, Willie, maybe you better get out of the meat business for a while. What do you think?
Are you crazy? I never saw so much money in an operation. Don't worry. Don't worry. I think we're smart enough to stay ahead of Crowley and the rest of those stumblebums.
Yeah, where we have trouble, though, is Ollie Maxwell.
What do you mean?
Well, he went into business on his own. Between he and Ben Fletcher working both sides of the street, it's bound to bring heat.
Just suppose we get the two of them together one more time.
And?
May the better man emerge victorious. I think that's the expression.
The commissioner read your follow-up report. He thinks it's Galloway, too. He wants us to put a surveillance on him.
He's not gonna be moving now.
Why don't you tell the commissioner?
Ray Roberts. He buys a lot of beef. So why don't we get him to buy from Galloway?
Sure, so why not?
Just get off my back.
No, I can't.
Pepper, you don't realize what you're asking me to do.
I do. I know it's tough, but we think Galloway had Al Markham murdered.
Well, what can I do about it?
You can help us. Ray, what we figure is Galloway was pressuring Al Markham into buying stolen beef. We want you to spread the word that you're interested in the same kind of deal.
I already bought a load of beef from them.
How did that come about?
Galloway came in here and told me he and Al had a prior deal. And quite frankly, the price was right.
So right that it might have been stolen?
So right that with these people, you don't ask questions.
You don't want to cooperate with us, do you?
You really think Galloway had Al killed?
I think we'd like to find out.
You'll have to do it without my help, Pepper. I've got a wife and a baby. I'm sorry.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, Ben. It's me, Willie. We got trouble.
What kind?
Your old friend, Ollie Maxwell. He rustled a truckload of beef.
And that figures. So what?
So what? So what? It was 50 head. Besides, he's an amateur. He'll get caught. He'll turn over on us in a flat minute. You want to spend 10 years in jail for cattle rustling?
Hey, you know, I just might have a notion.
Yeah? About what?
Well, I know where Maxwell's going first. Might be I could discourage him.
Somebody has to, Ben. We both know that. Now, about that meat.
Oh, you'll get it. You'll get it, Willie.
I knew I could count on you, Ben.
Yeah, we'll be in touch. Well, young lady.
I know. I'm supposed to be sleeping. Doctors. Can't get enough rest in your condition, Miss Fletcher. Now, you gotta understand that. There's only one trouble with all that rest. You know, Ben?
What's that?
Gets to be real tiring. And I don't get to see enough of you as I do when my eyes are not shut. So I miss you that much more.
Now, darling, I see as much as I can.
Don't I know that? There's no husband better than you, Ben Fletcher.
Hey, I wasn't fishing for any compliments.
Happens to be the truth. It also happens that I'm the luckiest woman I've ever known. And don't tell me you don't like a sweet word in your ear.
Hey, I'd like another one of those.
Okay.
Okay. For now.
Who was that on the phone?
Business.
Serious business?
Do I look serious?
You did. A little when I came in.
Routine. Hey, darling, what's the matter?
I was just thinking how there's nothing routine in all those medical bills you've been paying for the last year.
Come on now, I told you. I don't want to hear any more talk about that. You understand?
Dear Pepper, these must have cost her a fortune.
Still the same beautiful, good girl, hmm?
I don't know when I've had a better time in years. All those stories about her cases, 3 men she works with. And she said something about you. Something I thought that I was the only one who saw in you.
I'm getting better looking every year.
It was a lot deeper than that, Ben. She said he gets to be even more of a real man. Kinder, more tender, more loving.
Hey, it's getting about that time. What do you say we go in the bedroom and both of us get some of that famous rest of yours, huh? Hmm? Easy now. You know you're gonna get us all busted. I was just looking in that truck of yours. There ain't a rancher in the whole state ain't gonna miss 50 head.
Don't jump to conclusions, Fletcher. I got that from 5 different spreads.
All right, 50 head in the same county. You know, Galloway was right about you. You're an amateur. When you put that thing down, I'm gonna take your truck.
Like hell you are.
Hello, Helen. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, I wish it were. No, I gotta go south instead, yeah. Well, there's been some big changes. Well, I don't want to talk business with you. I mean, that's just a bore, you know. Hey, how do you feel? Good, real good. No. Maybe I'm catching a little cold, you know, my throat's a little sore. But you know, I'm fine, I'm all right. Yeah. Well, I guess I better be getting along now. Say, Helen, something I want to say first. I love you, Helen. With all my heart. I love you. Sure. I'll say it word for word when I get home. Now, did you ever know when I didn't keep a promise? Now, don't you start that now. I love you, Helen. I'll see you. Yeah, real soon.
Right, okay, we'll have the suspect in custody for you. Call you later. That was Gaynor from the Fresno Sheriff's Office. Well, they found the body. A guy named Dolly Maxwell, general cowhand in that area for years.
So, what's next?
I think this whole thing's going to come together in the next couple hours.
Does Pepper know?
No. And I don't want to be the one to tell her.
Who's your buyer?
Small-time hood out of San Diego, runs a string of restaurants. He's gonna take it.
What'd you do with Maxwell?
Buried him. You want that beef at Markham's restaurant tonight after 2, right?
That's right. He looks at the beef, we get our bucks, and he's on his way back to San Diego.
Whatever you guys want.
Y52 to 12Y90. Ben just arrived with the meat truck. Looks like things are just about ready to go down.
Roger, 90. Pepper and I are en route. Let's go.
Fresno said he was killed with a .45 caliber revolver.
That's right. They got an investigator who'll be down tomorrow to take him into custody.
Yeah. If we were going any other place in the world.
Ben, what the hell's going on here tonight?
I don't get you.
Galloway's out there with a couple of heavy-looking dudes from San Diego or someplace. Look, I never bargained for anything like this.
Customers all gone?
Yeah?
You and the hell get out of here. Keep that back door unlocked.
Ben, what's going on?
Good night. Park that back.
Oh, Duran, this is Ben Fletcher, our supplier. There you go, Ben. As usual, cash on delivery.
Cowboy, you got good taste in beef. Sit down, join us.
No, thanks. I'll go over there and pour myself a drink. As soon as you check out the delivery, I'll get...
You ready to show?
Yeah. At his pleasure.
Go have a look-see.
It's out back. Be quick now. We don't want us sitting around.
$12.50. They're in the truck now.
50. Yeah, we've seen them. You take the truck. We'll take the inside.
Got it.
Hold it right there, please. Put your hands up. Put them up. Put against the truck.
All right, you do? You be deader than that beef that's in the truck. Get on down. Come on.
Police officers, get your hands on the table. Get them up there where I can see them. Come on, let's go. Get them up.
We haven't got...
Ben! Ben!
Hey. Hey, Pepper. I'm sorry. I let you down.
No, you didn't. We wouldn't have been here if you hadn't called the police. What happened with Maxwell?
Yeah. Oh, it was him and me.
Oh. Come on, Ben. Ben, come on. Come on. It took a lot of courage to do that.
Calling an ambulance. Hang in there, Ben.
Ambulance. I ain't gonna need one of those. Now, Pepper, you listen to me. When I was a little kid, it was the worst thing in the world a man could do is steal somebody else's cattle. But when my wife, when my home, when she was sick, and I didn't have any money, I got desperate. Had to do something.
You did what you had to do.
Yeah, but stealing somebody else's cattle. Don't you let her find out about that. Don't you let her. Man, those insurance papers.
She won't.
That's all she's got.
She won't. She won't find out. I promise you.